All right, welcome to another song title challenge where the question is, climbers, how should you write this one? Now, how could you? How should you? What's the best way? This is a bonus episode that we have every other Friday where climbers, listeners of this podcast, send in their song titles to info@daredevilproduction.com. Production is singular. There is no S. Info@daredevilproduction.com. Put song title challenge or STC in the subject line so that it gets into the right folder. If you don't, it won't. And then I go through when we're recording the podcast. Brent and I invite an esteemed guest on, a killer songwriter, and we spring that title live on the podcast. And our job is to cook up 5 or 6 different solid conceptual angles for how you could write that song, and give you some good looks at that. It's not a co-write in any way, shape, or form, guys. It's just a fun, creative exercise. You can use all of what we say, none of what we say. We just demand an invite to the number one party, right? And I always like to add in, there should be a free bar for Johnny,
And depending on how my kids are acting, maybe for me too.
Maybe for Brent every once in a while, I get a cocktail
Right.
with him, when we hang out.
Yeah. There's a reason sometimes we call my 5th child just the 5th.
There we go. Hey. And this is what this does is just give you a look behind the green curtain, so to speak, in the Wizard of Oz, in the city of Oz, on how songwriters think and how they process, and the work that they do before they really start putting pen to paper is, how are we going to write this? Sometimes the first idea is the best, but usually you're going to have to dig down to get to something really, really good that's just going to not be cliche and really turn people on. And you'd be surprised, not for nothing, how much easier it is to write a song once you're on that lily pad that's the right one. It's like, it just all that creative energy just flows right to you. So, and Brent, you've used this multiple times now to revive old hooks in your hook. And as our esteemed guest has coined, and I'm stealing this so bad, you go dumpster diving in your hook book back to the old.
That's right.
And you turn that into cuts, right?
That's right. Yeah, I have a song out on Southern Gospel Radio right now, a single by Zane and Donna King, who've also been on the show. Donna has. And it's called Can't Go So Wrong. And I was looking it up. It was, a couple thousand titles ago. And I went and did my own song title challenge on it and brought it to them because it's appropriate for what they do. And they dig it, they cut it, and now it's on the radio, and we'll see how it does. But yeah, so hey, I don't just tell you to do this. I do it myself.
There we go. He practices what he preaches. So
that's right.
With that, why don't we introduce our guest here?
Yes. Today's guest is a staff songwriter for Curb Word Music Publishing and a Nashville, Tennessee native. He's a highly accomplished songwriter, having earned numerous ASCAP and BMI awards from 3 top 10 singles and cuts on several platinum and gold certified records, from earning the title track to Kenny Chesney's platinum album, Hemingway's Whiskey, which is very cool. I was listening to that again this morning, and co-penning Lee Brice's current single, Save the Roses, which is really good. I was listening to that yesterday. His songs have been cut by artists including Tim McGraw, Randy Houser, Clay Walker, Craig Morgan, Trace Atkins, Kelly Pickler, and many others. And he has, maybe the coolest name in the biz, and it's his real name, Joe Leathers. Welcome to The Climb.
Welcome.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
We were saying before we pressed the record button here that that's a rock star name, to be sure. And it parlays in with a whole merch strategy, man, like a whole leather line and it could go to clothes. I mean, saddles, boots, everything. What kind of boots? What, are those leather boots? They're Joe Leathers, man, not just leather.
Go get Joe Leathers. Go get Joe Leathers.
Get Joe Leathers. Oh, what?
This might be the best day ever.
That just happened. Hey, Joe, we take our 10% off the top or the bottom for that.
You got it.
Okay.